Nigerian music, it is decaying. Afrobeat has become a worldwide genre. But it doesn't mean the quality of our music has improved. The artists that are reigning now, and I'm saying absolutely every single one of them, has sang rubbish. What's going on, people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your man Cook Boy. Welcome back to the Good Living Podcast. There's something that we need to talk about that everybody seems to notice, but nobody wants to talk about. I think that's generally the theme of this podcast, really. Is the stuff that Nigerian music, it is decaying, it is spoiling. And because we have hype now and approval from the outside world in this case would be the continent outside of Africa, we think we are succeeding. Because with the rise of streaming services and stuff like that, you can now track the numbers and the success of artists and the music that they produce and release. And undoubtedly, Nigerian music has become more successful. Afrobeat has become a worldwide genre. But it doesn't mean the quality of our music has improved. In fact, quite frankly, it has dropped drastically. At least the music that makes it to the mainstream. The artists that are reigning now, and I'm saying absolutely every single one of them, has sang rubbish and made a lot of money out of the rubbish they've sang. And I'm not talking about one track. Call all your favorites, from Whiskey to Davido to Rema to Burna Boy to everybody. Thames, Tiwa Savage, Ayasta, CK, Fireboy, Joe Boy. Everybody has sang some nonsense recently and made a lot of money out of it. And is still writing some rubbish right now as we are speaking. And it's an uphill battle to fight, because as it is right now, the notion around the country is that our music is finally being heard. The notion around us now is that finally Afrobeat is going places. Our artists are shutting down the O2 Arena and shutting down stadiums and places all over the world, invited to come and perform at World Cups and Champions League finals and stuff like that. So it really looks like success. But if you go back to the roots of music, what am I saying? I don't know anything about the roots of music. But the effect that music is supposed to have on the people, on the listeners, does it really have it? And I'm talking about the subconscious effect, because the tunes are mad. Because my phone is, all these artists I'm talking about now, my phone is filled with their music as well. So I listen to all of them. It's Nigerian music and it's lovely. The tunes are mad. And these days, the producers are going crazy. They're really, really creative with the tunes that they are bringing out these days. And the problem emanates from those tunes. It's almost like, because one side of the machine, the music industry machine, is working so well, the other side of it has decided, I don't need to do that much work because this side is carrying us. So the producers are carrying the artists, and the artists are feeling like they don't need to really up their pen game anymore. I have to give credit to certain artists who actually do write some meaningful stuff also, as much as the decadence is thriving. Like Buju, for example. If you listen to Buju songs and read the lyrics at the same time, you understand that as long as as mad as the tune is, the lyrics are also very useful and meaningful. And with certain artists, especially rappers, there's a lot of sense being made. But with the majority of the artists, it is extremely good beats and rubbish lyrics. Lyrics that promote drug abuse, premarital sex, debauchery of all kinds, and things that would consider social vices. And you cannot blame, because I'm going to play devil's advocate here, because I also think I understand why this is the case. Aside the fact that the producers are being very creative and releasing mad tunes now, and the artists now feel like they don't need to up their pen game anymore, there's also the argument that the artist's inspiration comes from, well, first of all, to get this out of the way, comes from the world, not something deep and spiritual and pure, And I'm not saying it has to come from Christ. I'm saying there's a place of purity that if your inspiration comes from that place of purity, the songs you write as a result would also be pure. And the inspiration that the artists get these days comes from the lifestyle they are living, their reality around them, and also the things they take to intoxicate themselves while writing or before writing or before entering the studio or whatever. And if those are the major things that inspire them to write, and if those are the things that inspire you to write, you will not write something that is very pure. And so, if Ruga is saying 90 girls they don't want to allow him rest for his mother, they want to kill him and they want to fire him, it might be what his brand is about. But before that brand even came to be, it is his experience as a young man that just started making plenty money. Girls want to finish him, right? So he's going to sing about it. You get. And if somebody else has been into gang banging for such a long time, he has shot people. He has when he's rapping, he's going to be telling you about that nigga he shot in Walmart. Sorry, I'm bringing up the baby stuff now. Tell you about that nigga he shot in this place. I'll tell you about, there are artists that talk about the stuff they've done. Now then there is me, or there's this young boy that hasn't done anything. Yeah, he has not made any money, so no woman is disturbing his life. He also hasn't shot anybody or done any of these things. He's going to live. Is it? I don't know if precariously is the word, but he's going to live through the music he hears. So if he's inspired by this tune and it sounds nice, and he's now listening to the lyrics, he's just going to be singing along. I shot this person there. I don't want to use real lyrics before they say I'm attacking somebody. Don't give a fuck with yourself. The only reason I'm not using real lyrics right now is because I can't remember anyone. But people that will sing, I shot that nigga, I fucked that girl and did that stuff. People who have not done any of these things before will listen to their idols sing these songs and they will be echoing it and be miming it. And it's kind of like embedded in their subconscious. And that is now what they want to do with their life or who they want to become. So if he's being taught those things, what kind of adult is he going to become? And it's a very small. It's not that. If you ask me, it's not that big of an issue. There are people who there are gospel musicians all around. There are people who sing reasonable love songs, reasonable inspirational songs, but they are not the ones that are popular. They're not the ones that are playing on MTV and Hip TV and all these places, morning till night. It's not them. You have to seek those ones out because most of them you still consider them upcoming. Like maybe Obongaja, maybe Taves, or is it Taves, the guy with the Folake song. That song was nice, right? So there are artists like that you can listen to, but those ones, they are not the ones that are choking down your throat. The ones that are choking down your throat are the ones that do not have good lyrics, but they think they are successful because the numbers are there, and the world is tilting towards that nonsense these days. It's tilting towards debauchery, one night stands, quick sex, hookup culture, all these things, and the music is reinforcing it. My take is that it is possible for Nigerian music to try to change. All these artists you are seeing, I know they like to sing about their experience, and if you want to make more money, you have to produce more songs. And if you are experiencing life on a day to day, and you are getting things that inspire you to write songs, even though they might not be pure, for you to now wait until you have something pure before you now write song and release before you make money, it seems like a nonsense idea. As you're getting inspiration, whether it's about bitches and sex and drugs, you make the song and release, which is what the artists do. But if you care about your fans, especially the young ones, artists, if you are hearing me, you can actually decide now to clean up your lyrics a little bit. Just with the consideration that this 12-year-old child might be listening and want to pick something from your music. Just for the children, you can still say the thing saying, but tone it down a little bit so that we don't have a complete generation of people who listen to your songs and we are no good as a result. There are just certain things, For me, I'm not impressionable anymore. It is why I'm able to form this opinion. I've listened to good music and bad music, and I still, because if the tune is mad enough, I will still listen to it. Because I cannot be a guy now that would never kill somebody and then listen to a song where somebody is talking about killing somebody, and now, as old as I am like this now, and now be inspired to go and kill. It doesn't work with me like that. But somebody who is small, who is a child, who hasn't really experienced much, you are filling his head from an early stage with stuff that he might want to use later. And if he wants to use that stuff later, you would have blood on your hands. For example, if it's a case of murder, you have blood on your hands because of the things that the child was exposed to, which might be your music. So both for parents and for musicians. For parents, your child is very young, right? So a lot of the things that he's taking into his head and his brain and his body right now is what is going to make him as a man or as a woman in his or her lifetime. And so, as parents, you should just watch You might like this type of music too, but try not to play it around your children. Or you can play the censored version where they won't even make out the words. And as artists too, you can try to clean up some of your music before you release them. Just check, be extra careful this time, to see if there are some things you can adjust, some lyrics you can change, and it will still rhyme. I think those are the two things we can do in society. In clubs and the rest, those places are already places where adults go and stuff like that. So the music that will be played in the club will always be played in the club. But the things that we can change and control, let us change and control those ones first, and then we can now seek to go on from there. So thank you very much for sticking with us to the end of this episode. Remember, this is sponsored by Aura Nigeria, and we're going to see you in the next episode. Peace out.